Good morning and happy 2025. How does it feel? You know, let's listen to that song. We all start clapping like this. And then it gets faster and faster and faster and faster. Let's not let 2025 be like that. Let's not start slow and go fast. Let's just start right fast out of the box and make it happen. Sound good? Dixie says Happy New Year too. Morning, everybody. Still signing in. '25, Jimmy helped me create a new look. So we're really old and out with the new, out with the old, in with the new. There we go. Is that yours? No, it's not. Okay. All right, what's on the left-hand side of the screen? What's on the right-hand side? So you're looking at it. No, it's the Century 21 new marketing plan for 2025, right? Dedicated to the joy of home, dedicated to the joy of newborns, dedicated to whatever it is, something new in your life, the first cooking, moving into your new home, whatever it is, the joy of real estate, right? And notice the gold top and bottom. It's bringing back like an archive of the old gold sign, right? I think it's great. I really do. So there's a lot of material in the, what's it called? Brand Center? Brand, lots of images you can take for social media, all pre-formatted for Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff ready for you. Cool. You should be proud of this number. I know I am. $1,053,695,000 in sales last year. More than we did in 2023. Pretty cool. And this is a post that Puma's going to put out. I don't share this number as a brag. I share it because experience matters. When you're selecting an agent who's going to represent you through the largest financial transaction of your life, you deserve the best. When you sell over $1 billion worth of real estate in a year, you get experience that you can't get otherwise. Jackie, have you sold $1 billion yet? $1 billion yet? Probably not, right? But can you say you've done $1 billion? Why? Because you work for Beggins, right? That's so cool. I love it. Here's a good one. Ties right into it. Your action today is a function of the future you see for yourself. Let that sink in for a second. So if you see yourself broke and what are your actions today? Blah, nothing. If you see yourself excited with money in the bank and all this, what are you willing to do? Take action, right? So today, your action today is a function of your future you see for yourself tomorrow. Cool. And this is just one I liked it from last week or 2 weeks ago. I want to say it again. Train and coach people so well that everyone wants them and create a workplace so good that nobody could take them. That's kind of my goal for us as a company. We want to train you so well that, man, those Beggins agents are awesome. Will you come work for us? You say, hell no, we like it here. Forethought. There you go. Jack said she would deal with an agent who used to work here. I said, thank God it's you because you know what you're doing, because a lot of people are out there that don't. Miss Megan, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Just a reminder for everybody, we have our Title One-on-One class this Thursday, so please join us. Very excited to start the year with refreshers, reminders on what we do and how we do it. So if you have any questions, bring them, but very excited to see everybody on Thursday and very excited to kick off another year with you guys.
I think it's also more important to know why they do it, because sometimes you're asked to do things in a title world and you're told to do it and you do it, but you don't know why. And the customer says, well, why do I have to do that? And you can't explain it. So Title 101 is not a boring class. It's really to educate you and raise it so you can communicate better with your people.
She's also going to talk about the timelines it takes for everything, because you may have a cash buyer wanting to close in 7 days and you need to understand why that's not possible potentially, and talk to title and understand lien searches, understand the time for surveys, the time to return for HOAs. And if you have any of those things attached, they're going to talk about that and why it might take longer and why you may want to give them X amount of days to close on a property, even if it is cash, because there's other things that have to happen other than your buyer sending in money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's worse for us to go to the seller and or buyer and make a deal, and then have to go back and undo the deal because we didn't know what we were doing. So good class, looking forward to it.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, this is gonna be fun. Let's put the whole screen up so everyone can see. I asked all the managers to write down something they're excited about for 2025. Sorry, I'm gonna strangle my dog. What are you excited about for 2025? Chris, why don't you call it just random order? I'm gonna go last.
Let's see, Mike Puma. You had a cool, interesting perspective on what you've been using already and how you think it's going to help change your 2025.
Yeah, I'd just like to point out to the other managers that Chris picked me first, which probably means he likes me the most. So I just want to throw that out there. Not bragging though. No, AI for me is what's exciting me the most. The advancement that continues to happen is just happening at lightning speed, which some would argue has some negative consequences. But from a business perspective, it is changing the way we're operating, and it's changing the way we are continuing to build tools that are going to make you better, faster, and just a better agent and save you time, save your clients time. So I'm super pumped about what I'm seeing in the AI space and the things that are coming. And that will just allow us to build better tools for you guys. So very excited about that, and a lot more to come as we progress in 2025.
I agree. Let me ask you this. How many of you are afraid of AI? You should be a little bit. I can show you some scary stuff. But what makes us less afraid?
We've got a Mike Puma who will test it out and use it.
Exactly where I was going. Chris, you finished my sentences.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The cool part is you don't have to know all these things because Mike's out there testing out different services and plans and trying to integrate them into the things we already have to make it easier for you. So he's taken a lot of the guesswork out of your hands, making it easy for you to implement it into your business.
And real quick, everyone was scared of the internet too. Some of you aren't old enough to remember that, but everyone thought, I don't know who was here for Y2K, but the whole world was going to end, right? And so as we always have to like take a step back and remember that number one, technology will always win. So whether you're scared, refusing to use it, boycotting it, that's great. But at the end of the day, it will always win. So you have to learn to adapt to it. I'm going to make that as easy as I possibly can for you. But at the end of the day, it's always scary. Change is always scary. Advancement's always scary. But I promise you, once you get comfortable with it, you're going to experience how much it can change your business.
Love it.
Let's slide over to Miss Jessica Beggins.
Good morning, everybody. Happy 2025. Y'all know I love a good new year. It's literally my favorite holiday of all time. And it gets me excited because it means that we get to restart. The year hasn't hurt us yet. Nothing has happened to make us feel like we can't reach our goal. It's the start of the year. It's exciting. We can dream big with no limitations. And knowing that we're past the election year, we have buyers in our pipeline from last year that are getting ready to purchase. The waiting for the holidays to end is now over. Interest rates are steady. We saw people buy houses last year with high interest rates, and we know that they're going to stay in that same range, but they're not going to skyrocket anymore. We're kind of in a steady pace. So it's exciting to know that there's no real problems for our buyers to overcome. We've seen it, we've done it, we did it last year, so we know we can do it this year. There's nothing stopping us. So I'm excited for this year for buyers to feel comfortable and setting those expectations that it's going to be a great year because nothing can stop us yet.
Awesome. Talk to us about mindset going into 2025, right?
Yeah. Mr. Mike Johnson.
Hey, good morning and Happy New Year, everyone. So what I'm doing for this year is I'm having a positive mindset. We are past the last 2 years of doom and gloom of how, oh, the real estate market is terrible and interest rates are killing us and there's only going to be so few homes sold and nobody wants to buy. So we're past all that now. And I can already tell you that my January is bigger than any month I had last year. So 2025, we're going to knock it out of the park. And also, it's just really because I'm staying positive and I'm focusing every day on what I need to do and using our tools.
Awesome.
Awesome. Miss Kathleen Long.
Hey, good morning, everybody. You know, we are coming into 2025 with so much opportunity. Everywhere we look, there's growth. Already in this last week, I've seen us turn in, 5 new listings, 10 new contracts. 6 more closings. So what does that tell you? It's all about growth. And when you go into 2025 and we're here, baby, we're going to make it happen. We're using the tools not only for our own personal business use, but we're teaching, we're educating our consumers, our sellers, everyone that comes into our pipeline and above and beyond. We're also able to use those tools to reach different markets, our global markets, and throughout the US. I can't say enough good about MoxieWorks. It really is a powerful tool. You use it in the right way. If you don't know how to use it, please, God, come to one of us because it will make you just smoke out your competition, hands down. We've got the tools, we've got the training, we've got the right mindset. It's all about growth. We're going to make it happen.
Sweet.
Awesome. Miss Rachel, what are you excited about for 2025?
Gotta unmute though. There we go.
We're having a little technical issue with our new computer up there, so bear with me just a second. But I am excited because I live in a community that's strong and resilient, and we have had a really difficult time. Our beaches are still devastated, would be the word, but our communities are strong. They are resilient, and I like how they're coming together. And enthusiasm just ends with "I am sold myself." Wherever you are, if you are sold on your community, you are able to sell it and the wonderful things that are there and that are about it to the people who are coming. And, demand for our homes is still strong. People still want to live here in paradise. And, whether they're looking for something that's like one of our historic downtown bungalows, if they're looking for a nice suburban development that's been established for a while, if they're looking for new builds, or if they're looking for that beachfront property or the opportunity to build that beachfront dream home, we've got it here in Pinellas. And I know in Florida, you've got it too. So that's what I'm excited about, to be living in this area with such a variety of types of homes and the new construction and that we are just going to be like the phoenix and rise from the ashes. So that's what I'm excited about going into 2025.
I'm excited now too.
Joe Diener, tell us what you got on the horizons, why you're excited about this next year.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Well, Mike, I have one up on you. I remember when people were afraid of the fax machine. Okay, so I'm going to say, have been in sales for such a long time. What excites me about a new year, it resonates a little bit off of Jessica and the fact that it's new. Like, you can push the old year aside and you can figure out, you can reflect on what you didn't do so well the year before. But the exciting part about it is, with the technology and change, do you have your process in place before the year starts kicking off really fast? Do you have everything in place to take on all these new listings and new buyers? Is your process in place? Take a look at what you have and be exciting about the new opportunities, because every economy, every year brings new opportunities and new challenges, right? So they go hand in hand, but I'm looking forward to helping everybody in the new year.
Miss Jennifer Birdsong down in Fort Myers area, tell us what you're excited about.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm excited that I get to actually wear my boots today. It's pretty cool. Put on, the dusty sweaters off the shelves. I'm thankful for that. And not having to sweat when you're out showing property. But I'm excited for a new year. I'm excited about building a gargantuan team for the Southwest Florida area, for Charlotte County, Fort Myers, and Naples. I'm excited about unloading some listings that have been sitting around. Hopefully, the fresh new year, we can put a new light on them and get them sold. So my goal and excitement is to simply recruit and build an organization that transcends all C21s of the years past. So that's my goal. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Miss Tracy down in the Keys, what are you, about 70 degrees today?
Hey, 70 is cold for us, okay? I'm grateful that the heat works in our house. No, I'm grateful for the existing technology that we have, of course, but I'm also grateful and looking forward to the technology that we don't know about yet, that I'm sure Mike Puma already knows about or has hints about. I suspect by the midterms of this year, the technology that we're having now is going to be considerably different, even in just 6 months. And I think that's what's going to be our key to success, is to continue to grow and embrace this technology. We've got Moxie, we've got Sochi, we've got, you name it, we've got us. I think our team is our biggest tool, really. And I think we're going to do great things in 2025.
Looking forward to it.
Amazing. What do we got? Miss Ashley Keena?
Good morning. I'm super excited for 2025, and I definitely want to piggyback really quick off what Tracy said. Excited about this team, and I'm excited about these agents too. These agents are amazing. They're engaged, and I appreciate every single one of you. I'm very excited that moving past 2024, when everybody had the fear of either the election or the NAR settlement, that we are now I'm excited about the evolving industry trends so that we see where we're going. Like, we know where we've been and we're just getting better and better as an industry. I am also excited about building new relationships and continuing on with the relationships that we have, whether it's businesses with outside of our community, as well as new sources, the continuing sources that we have that come into play. And I'm really excited about even piggybacking off of what Kat says about global people coming in and out of the area. Global destination services is something that I have focused on this year, and aim to provide all that information for all of you this year. So servicing our clients the best way we can.
Awesome.
Awesome. Mr. Beggins, Mr. Jeffrey Beggins.
Indeed, what's happening? Happy New Year, everybody. I'm just so excited for a million different reasons. Number one is we, especially a lot of our coastal communities in West Florida, we have in addition to a normal real estate market that's going to be epic this year, we have an entire new industry piled on top of our about to be great industry already. We have so many more homes hitting the market that never were going to hit the homes in the market before because of the storms. So, it is what it is. We're now in phase 3 of 7 recovery things, and people are now starting to move it. So you're going to see a big influx in business, and if you're working in those type of markets. So I know it's a little geographically focused on this one, but we have a lot of offices and agents in those markets. So I'm looking forward to big things for everybody. And no matter what marketplace you're in, it's going to be the best year we've had in many years. And we just have industries piled on top of industries, plus the projects, plus all the other things we have going on. There's no excuse to not have everything that you want this year. The only thing that we have to do is make sure that you know what you want this year, because there's every opportunity sitting there for you. So that's what I'm excited about. And there's every tool you could possibly need with us. There's every tool you need with the brand, with the leadership team, with the company, with the market, with rates going to be going down, with demand going up. So it's the perfect storm for those of you who are hungry and want to have an epic year. So that's what I'm excited about.
Sweet. Awesome. You go. Show it to Sean.
Sure. My excitement for this year is about opportunity, kind of like a lot of everybody's touched on the opportunity, but I just see this as the 2024 they're comparing to 2008. They're saying that we had the least amount of home sales since 2008, and probably just a little bit more than what we had in 2008. And if you remember 2008, it was a global catastrophe where like the US economy had an impact on the entire world. So when you look at it from there, where do you go from there? Where do you go from the bottom? Up. The only place to go is up. I mean, we're going to continue to start taking steps forward, but that's going to require us to take that first step. It's going to require you to have the focus, the mindset, and then to take some action and to start moving forward. So I'm excited about all the opportunities for those of you who have harnessed that mindset and harness that energy inside of you to say that I can't contain this anymore. It's been too long that I've been staying kind of bottled up with the way that I've been, with all of the problems with the election, with the economy, with the housing, with the interest, blah, 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 blah. I'm ready to start taking action. And I'm excited for all of you that are taking that kind of an approach to 2025, because there's so much that's going to be on the table for you if you just decide to take action. So that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for the opportunity. If you take 2017, 18, and 19, they all averaged like about 5 to 5.5 million home sales in 2017, 18, and 19. Right. And we have less than that in 2024. So that is the potential for growth, is to get back to a year like 2017, 18, and 19. And most of us would say that was an okay year. And a lot of you had a banner year in 2024. And now just imagine what you can do in 2025. Tons of opportunity everywhere, even into devastation, there's opportunity. So we just have to find a way to harness the mindset, take some action, and create more opportunity for ourselves.
Yeah. And real estate runs in cycles, right? So it was 2008 to 2013 was foreclosures, short sales, market destruction. What happened after that? We started ramping up, right? And then what happened in 2021, 22? COVID happened. Disruption. And what did the government do? Reacted. Wanted to do what? Stimulate the economy. So they dropped rates to things we've never, ever seen in our life, but they kept them there for years. And we got used to that. And then they took it away. It's like, John, every day, here's a lollipop, here's a lollipop, here's a lollipop. And then all of a sudden, no lollipop. And John gets pissed at it. He never had a lollipop before, but now he doesn't have a lollipop. So same thing now. So we got over that now. So what I wrote down was what made 2024 challenging. Interest rates were one. The NAR settlement, I don't think anybody understands how big that really is. They changed an entire industry, not just for Florida, not just for Tampa, not just for the entire country, right? A builder friend of mine called me yesterday and he's got a real estate license. Hey, Craig, I just sold a house to my neighbor and the agent won't call me back to even know if I presented the offer. And I know the guy well, he's in his 80s. And I said, Bob, did you have a buyer broker agreement? He said, huh? He says, what's that? I said, did you hear about the NAR settlement? He goes, no, what's that? I'm like, this is what you're dealing with in the marketplace. So that's a challenge in 2004 is those people. The Anywhere settlement, we put that aside. Anywhere real estate spent $87 million in addition to the $1,417 million that NAR sent, all to protect us from the industry. That's big, but it's a disruption. The election, whether you like the outcome or not, it's over. It's good. Buyer broker agreements is a huge shift for many, many, many people. That was a big disruption for 2024. Are you guys feel comfortable now with buyer broker agreements? Do you feel okay shifting down to a showing agreement? And worst case, can get a pre-touring agreement and then convert it back to a showing agreement or a buyer broker agreement? You guys can do all that. So we learned that in 2024 is a great learning year.
Well, are you making more money because of it?
You should be.
And if you're not, let's get together and strategize on how, because with a listing, you're only fighting for your listing commission right now, which means you can fight for a 3% listing side commission instead of having to try to sell the 6%. I'm fighting for my 3%. On the buyer side, I'm fighting for 3% from the buyer, right? So you're going to get more. The other listings were only offering you 1 or 2% before. Well, now you have a buyer broker agreement with your buyer for 3%. So you're making more. And you have the ability to hold your buyer to it or to cave in and just take what was being offered before. But most of you are getting paid more now on the listing side and on the buyer side. Lots of opportunity there.
That's always been my strategy. So Jeannie, as an example, you've got a seller, you fought for your 3 and they're happy to pay you 3, but they only want to pay 2.5 to the buyer's agent. And the buyer's agent comes in and their buyer's broker agreement calls for 3. So they use addendum FF to ask for the extra 0.5% from the seller. And your house is $400,000. What's 0.5% of $400,000?
$2,000.
$2,000. Is the seller going to pass up a sale for $2,000? Probably not. So he's going to cave in. And now you didn't have to fight for the 3%. Let the buyer's agent fight for the 3%. In many cases, the buyer agents are going to come in at 2, and your seller's going to offer 2.5, and they're only allowed to collect 2. So you can make that spend to your seller as well. And the last thing that made 2024 really challenging was was it 3 major hurricanes hit? Major storms. That's disruptive. How many days before and how many days or months after? It's a half a year disruption that we hopefully won't have to deal with this year. And then in 2025, I'm excited about because number one, we powered through 2024 and we beat 2023, right? Because everybody said 2024 is the worst year ever and we beat 2023. We usually go down, down, down when the market goes down, 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 but we outperformed the market I showed you yesterday by 6%. 6%. Market was down 15. We were up 6. Pretty good. And I think the best thing is we're better prepared now to enter 2025 with knowledge and power. Because once you've accomplished something, Chris, is it easier once you've done 25 push-ups, is it easier to get to 26? Mm-hmm. If you start doing 10, can you go to 26? It's hard, right? But we learned all this. We powered through 2024, so we know we could do it. And now we have less objections than we had before, so we should be good. And starting 2025, we have more pendings than we did last year. We had 3, I forget the number. She making friends. So we are starting off with more pending contracts going into 2025 than we did in 2024, which is a good way to start the year. Because usually first quarter kind of sucks, but we're already about $1 million ahead of last year.
More listings, more pendings.
More listings, more pendings, more open sides that are, yeah, plus good. And then personally, at Hammock Bay, all of our projects, the Beachmaker, those are big deals that all of you guys can get involved with. And how do you promote them? Moxie. Do you have those projects on your site? That's what I talked about yesterday, skills. What skills do you need? Do you need skills with Moxie? Do you need skills with Loop? Do you need skills with all these things? I'm struggling with Loop a little bit. I'll be honest, I am. But what do I do if I need help? Call Sam. Right? And then finally, we have reliable systems finally that work when you know how to work them. For years, Jimmy, we've been struggling with systems that were just a pain in the butt. Right? What was it called? I forget it now. I just watched it out of my brain. Zap. Oh, that was supposed to be the best thing in the world. They paid all this money for it, and we could never make it work because it didn't work. Now we have reliable systems that work when you work them. So there's really nothing holding us back for 2025 being the banner year. And if you need help with anything, please, I think you see there's a bunch of people here that are willing to help you. Cool. I talked about these, I just don't do it again, but when you think about mindset, motivation, skills, action, accountability, we all have a lack somewhere in there. I think we just spend a lot of time on mindset. There's no reason to think 2025 is going to be a bad year, right? But what is your motivation? Jeff touched on that, right? If you don't know why you're working, I know why you're working, but why are you doing this? And if you don't have a reason, it's going to be hard to do the action. And it's going to be hard to do the action to have the skills. So how are you going to do, especially a new agent? I'm interviewing a guy today, and he's a successful stockbroker, retired, and now he opened business. He just sold the business, and he's thinking real estate's easy. I can't wait to interview him. Can't wait to interview him because I'm going to shred him, right? Because he's got so much to learn, so many skills to master to be good at this business, right? And we're talking about Moxie, we're talking about MLS, we're talking about .loop, we're talking about Sochi, we're talking about Instagram, we're talking about Facebook, social posting, all that other. Thank you, right? And then taking the action. There's so many things, and please engage. Mike has spent a lot of time building the next level you. If you want to become a wedding expert, I talked about Lisa Kirkpatrick yesterday, and she's a big award winner this year. She spent years building that relationship with a bunch of lawyers, and she's now getting divorce lawyers sending her business, which is what she's been investing in time after time. But she's supported in that website with all these tools, all these templates, all these email templates, text templates, Facebook templates, Instagram templates, whatever you need. There's a whole marketing plan around all those systems. So if you're not sure which actions you want to take a look and see what you find. And then finally, accountability. Yeah, that's okay. I don't care if it's us or if it's your spouse or your significant other, your kids or your dog, whatever it is, who's going to benefit by you doing well? Share your ideas and share your progress, right? That's it. Because we all have a problem somewhere. You got to identify what it is. This is huge to me because it's a major paradigm shift. Buyers were a pain in the ass. Buyers were a liability in the past, right? Because Jackie, your buyer, it's like you guys. When you go home at the end of the night, you're our assets as agents. When you go home at the end of the night, where do our assets go? Bye-bye. And we hope you come back tomorrow. We're your buyer prior to BBAs. You have a great showing with a buyer. Then what happens? They go home. Is there any guarantee they're coming back? Nope. What do you have now with the buyer broker agreement? A guarantee they're coming back. So I see some of you send me pictures of your production boards, active listings, pending contracts, closed deals. I want another column there for active buyers that are under contract, right? And how long is that agreement for? You got a buyer signed up for 90 days? It's kind of like perfect. I'm going to work my ass off for you. Jessica said it really well. I'm more committed to them now because they're committed to me. We didn't have that commitment before this. What a great opportunity. Open Mic Mondays, we're still playing the game. I'd like more people to get in there so we can all learn from each other, right? We learn from you, honestly, but you guys have so many things you tried, and if you want to share, we'd like that to grow. So Monday morning, 9 o'clock to 9:30, take a break, 9:45 until we have no more questions, and we just sign off. And some people are just tuning in and say, I just want to hear the stories, which is fine too. The new buyer presentation, I hope you got that loaded and ready. If not, you know where to go. Remember, Global Home USA is no more, but you can't even find it in .loop because all those systems are working now. So AHS and Terry Pryor is going to be with us. I didn't see it on the calendar. Jimmy, is that true? Terry Pryor next Thursday? I think that's another way. We're going to get her out again because she'd had video problems today. But AHS is the new one. It's all in dot loop, same system process. I really like this one, so I'm going to keep it on there because some of you don't like to get too detailed. But if you have a past client database and we have a system tool to give you your past client database, it's called the consumer mailing list, right? It's got your history. So John, you've been with us for how many years? 7 years. In that 7 years, you've probably done 70, 80, 90 transactions. Do you have a list of all 90 of those customers? I've got a list of all 90 of them, whatever that number is. And I can literally go to Dash, download the consumer mailing list, export it to Excel, and give it to you. And then you would do what with that? I'll repeat the answer, even if you don't say it. You have to format that Excel spreadsheet, put it in the columns the way they're supposed to go into Moxie, upload it into Moxie, call it your past client database, and you create a custom campaign just for them. If you guys don't have that, you're missing this system. Because the most valuable thing any real estate agent can have is a book of business, right? So if you don't have it, we have it. That's why you have to turn in deal sheets and all that crap, because we're maintaining your database for you. Now, we don't want it. We want to give it to you. But if you don't have it, we have it for you. So make the request and we'll get it for you. So the Zillow challenges, those past clients, hey, Darby, I noticed, really hope you had a happy new year, all that stuff. I was looking at Zillow screenshot. Your house, Zillow says your house is worth $345,000. I remember I sold it to you for $215,000. What do you think about that? Open-ended question. Would that maybe spark some engagement? Darby, is my house really worth $345,000 and I bought it for $215,000? Think I can make $130,000 on my house? Possibly. Let me do a CMA, a market update for you. Right? And there you go. That's an opportunity. That's it. So if you did that 5 times a day to all your past clients, so let's say you have 90 divided by 5 is 18. It would take you 18 days at 5 a day to talk to. 18 days would be what? 3.5 weeks? Within a month, you'd have to talk to everybody. And what a great thing to do. And then do it, not next quarter, the quarter after that, maybe. I like that idea. Are you promoted to the Zillow Showcase and a chance to win more listings and earn higher commissions? That's it. Now, somebody wrote me the other day and said, I'm not getting any buyer leads from my showcase. You're not going to get buyer leads from your showcase all the time, but at least you have the opportunity to get buyer leads from your showcase. As a matter of fact, Kalani just shot a video for Zillow that she had a showcase in Mirror Bay. Customer called her directly. She made the connection. She sold him a house in the inlets down in Manatee County for $1 million. But he called her off her showcase listing because he wouldn't know who she was without it. So is that, no, hey, you don't do that. Come here. Look, she looks so innocent. She's not.
He's talking about the dog, not Kalani. Just so you know. He's not yelling at Kalani to no, don't do that.
I lost my place. So anyway, the buyers are an opportunity. That's gravy, right? But it's going to happen. The more you use it, the more you're going to get. Sochi. We went out on a limb on Sochi. We went on a limb on Showcase too. And I will share with you just for fun. I made a commitment to buy 600 tokens by the end of last year. We only sold 245. I'm sorry, 400 tokens. We sold 245. My contract said they could have wiped me out and to give back all the tokens. They didn't do that. They extended me for another year and they lowered my payment in half because I extended the term. So we're good. I'm not going to have to buy anymore, but they're still offering the same deal. So that works really well for us. Sochi's another thing we went on a limb on because we had to get Central and corporate to agree, and Jimmy and Mike have spent a lot of time creating that with them to get them to integrate with Moxie. So you guys have automatic posting done for you. And I know we don't usually recommend spending money, but if you're into social media and you're not posting consistently, you're missing it. So for $50 a month, it does it for you. You're kind of crazy. Learn more. There's lots of training online for that. Comments on that, Jimmy or Mike? Nope.
No, I think you hit on it.
Is the investor market strong? Who was I talking? Was it you always talked to yesterday about those new apartments? Yeah, there's a new Publix going on 19. We need another Publix down in South County, just so you know, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of them are brand new. Right? And behind that is another 500 unit apartment complex. Why are all the investors, this is, who's building apartment complexes?
Large scale investors.
Large scale investors, like Wall Street money, like insurance company money. Why are they putting their money into rental apartments? because there's a demand and they see an incredible return compared to what they're doing with their money elsewhere, and a stable, strong return, right? So would people like to live in an apartment more than a single family home? The answer is it depends, right? But if there are more single family rental home opportunities, do you think people would rather have a house or an apartment? Depends. They have a dog like that. They want a house with a big yard, right? You can't have that in an apartment. So who knows what we use all these acronyms in this business, and it's fine for us because most of us know them, but your customers don't. So what's a DSCR loan? Debt service coverage ratio. So it means, Jackie, if you want to buy a home and maybe your income's not high enough to support your primary home and an investment home, this bank says, or these banks, there's plenty of them, we don't care what your income is, as long as you can justify that the house is going to make the payment, we'll give you the loan. Takes away the whole objection. So if you're talking to a customer who says, yeah, we like to buy investment properties, but we don't have enough income to qualify for 2 loans. Dun, da, 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 to the rescue, a DSCR loan. But don't call it a DSCR loan because they have no idea what you're talking about. And then what do? Flip them up to a mortgage broker. You don't have to know how to do it to see if they qualify. Great opportunity. CTA and BOIR, what a pain in the ass. FinCEN, I'm trying to think, I just did it. I got my FinCEN number the other day. Financial services. It's about fraud. Right, and it basically it's about fraud. So FinCEN has a new rule, and it was due on January 13th. Any LLC, PA, corporation, any S corps, all those things have to register with all the beneficial owners, have to prove their citizenship, right? Pain in the butt. Anything over 50% has to do it. And that's called the Corporate Transparency Act. That has been stayed. I talked to my lawyer yesterday, has been stayed in court. He doesn't think it's going to pass. So we're probably not going to have to do it at all. I've already done it for 2 of our corporations. I've got to do like 7 more. It's okay if you did it, it's not going to hurt anything, but you're probably not going to have to. But I sent out an email that FAR forwarded that said it's deadline's the 13th. And then they followed up later 2 days and said, oh, deadline's been stalled. And I had to send that one out. But you guys get your own emails too. I'm just forcing the ones to the top that you should watch again. But anyway, don't worry about that right now. Jim, you want to talk about Moxie's migration to AWS? I'll do it if you don't want to.
Yeah, so I've been talking about it. I'll send out this Friday for the tech tip of the week just some information around this again. But if you own a domain, not the one that was given to you from Moxie. So if you own, let's say, jimmymcnally.com or craigbeggins.com, you will need to go in and adjust some settings in your domain provider. So like
GoDaddy,
Squarespace or GoDaddy or any of those. And you'll need to make some updates to some records. Now, again, I have some PDFs that will walk you through what records need to be changed. But if you own a domain and you have your Moxie website going to it, you need to have this updated by the 31st of this month, or the servers are actually going to be shutting down at Moxie, and you won't be people won't be able to look at your website after the 31st. So if you have not done so, everybody that I have access to, I've already done that for them and sent you emails on that. So if you need help, you can wait till Friday till I send out the link, but you can also reach out to me and I will help you get that set up. So just make sure that you're just paying attention to that. You'll get an email. There's going to be pop-ups that are going to start in the next week or so on Moxie. When you go to the website, it's going to say, hey, you need to change these. Just make sure you're paying attention to that. If not, you're going to be a little frustrated in another month when you go to your website and it's not working. So
the purpose is Amazon Web Services is the best platform for boosting websites. So Moxie was on an inferior version. AWS is better. So it's going to be a better system, smoother, faster for us.
And it's definitely faster. I can already see a difference with how fast everything loads up and works going over that.
Talk about the holiday campaigns too.
Also, for those of you that are using the holiday campaigns, Century 21 has launched their 2025 holiday campaign. They did not add on to the old campaign that is running. Okay, so they've typically what they've done the past 3 years is they've just added on to the holiday campaign and you haven't had to do anything. That is no longer the case. It is gone. So you need to now, if you want the holiday campaign and you want to set that up for your people, you will actually have to go and reset up your holiday campaign.
Which
The
is like 4 clicks.
2025, it's like 5 clicks, if that. But you want to make sure you probably want to do that because you'll have some stuff going out towards the end of this year and end of this month and next month. So holiday campaign is one of those campaigns we recommend that everybody in your database should be on. So if you had it on prior, you need to take 5 minutes and go and set everybody back up on it. But the 2025 campaign.
Okay, this is just a private message for me because is it legal for you, Kim, to accept compensation, real estate compensation from anybody but your broker? No. So there's all these e-commission companies out there. We prefer to work with, no, it's not, it's a Residential Advance. Residential Advance is one we like to work with. They're easy, they're kind, they know we pay on time, and they give you better deals, right? And if there's a problem, they know us backing it, and they're good. Another one that came out is called Quotient, which actually gives you a listing in advance on your new listing. Okay, that's very attractive. So you're a little slow on cash, you get a new listing, you can go get cash from Quotient as an advance on your listing. Sounds great, really does. So what they do is they figure out they look at you and they figure out how much money they're going to give you. Then they send me a note and saying, are you okay if we do this? Will you authorize, just like we do the title company to pay you, we can authorize them to pay you. And we do. We have no liability though. But I've got 3 cases this week that came across my desk where the deal was funded, the deal canceled, their deadline to repay is passed. Now they're paying huge late fees and penalties. All right. It's expensive, right? And some people you get upside down real fast with that. And Quotient on the listing side, I have one that just came through the other day. The listing expired. No chance of repayment now. The agent doesn't have money. The agent refused to pay. Deadline's passed. Now they filed a UCC claim, which is going to affect their credit. So their credit's going to be dinged for not paying that listing advance. So I'm not saying don't do it. Only do it if you're pretty confident you got enough deals in the pipeline. Because if this deal dies, my contract with them says I'll pay them from this deal, and you have no say in it. So I'm not saying it's a bad deal. I'm just saying be careful, because I know it's crushing these agents that are having this happen to them right now. Right? I think it's a great opportunity if you know your deals are solid. But how do you know if a deal is solid? Yeah, I'm not. There that goes. I think we're almost there. We go. You know, we send these emails out. You guys get them. Watch. Training recaps. If you missed yesterday, I thought it was kind of good. Watch that. Sales meetings are always in replay. All the tech stuff Jimmy does on Thursdays, or contract stuff on Fridays that we do. Wednesdays, Jessica and Chris doing their motivation stuff and Instagram stuff. It's all there. And it's all available where else? thenextlevelu.com. It's all there.
I updated this, by the way. Next 2 slides.
You did? Oh, man, you're awesome. All right, so birthdays this week. January 1st, a New Year's baby, Patricia Page, Sarah Myers and Apollo Beach on the 2nd, Jennifer Wynn from Apollo Beach on the 3rd, Michelle Lewis on the 4th, Ingrid from Miami, Kathleen Beamish from Fort Myers, happy birthday, Ashley Corder from Brandon, Caitlin Beard's birthday was yesterday, along with Denise Tracy, and Carolina Page is coming up tomorrow, Taylor Gaines on Thursday, John Evans on the 10th, and Maria Nerguzian from Roman Group on the 11th. And anniversaries, wow, I'm surprising. Usually January is a lot more. 2006 to 18 years, Nancy. Susie Brush, 18 years, 16 years for Sandy Tams. Am I doing that right? Yeah. Michelle Theo, 2009, 2024, 15 years. Jennifer Wynn, 12 years, 11 years for Gwen Mills Owens. Laura Mesa, 10 years. Tony Rita, 10 years. Kathleen Flankin, 10 years. 9 years for Chris Adams. Wow, Chris. Whippa Watson, 2016. So that's 8 years. 8 years for Robin Bennett. Wow, she seems like she's been here a lot longer than 8 years. She's just in enough production for somebody who's been here a lot longer than 8 years. Lauren Masade, I haven't seen her in a while. I think she's out of country, right? 2017, 7 years. 7 years for Maritza. Jules Murphy, 7 years as well. And 4 years for Tanya Jefferson. Happy anniversary to y'all. This Doesn't say 2025 yet, because we haven't seen it, but it will be. That's the same numbers for 2025 again. They kept them the same. Even though the market was slower, they're not kicking us up. That's a good sign. So this is your benchmark again, 140,000 to join the Masters Ruby level. We have preliminary awards out right now, but we're not going to share them because they have to be finalized by corporate before we share them. But we have a lot of award winners. Chris is babysitting my dog. Cool. Well, that's all we got for today for the company sales meeting. I just want to say thank you for a wonderful 2024. I won't have an income tax problem this year. But 20, no. It was a tough year. It really was. 2023 was tough too. But I think now, like I said in my closing comments here, we're poised to do what we need to do. I think the mindset's in place, the motivation's there, coming through two basically placid years with a lot of personal gains in any one area. We have the opportunity to do it in 2025. So please get engaged now early. Let's take all 12 months to kick it out. Let's not wait till March or April and then start going, right? Cool. Happy New Year. Thanks for Happy Tuesday. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Matthew Ferry. I was on a class with him yesterday. 4 o'clock on Thursday. I sent another email and asked you to register. He wants you to register. If not, the one I sent you has the link. Just click on it. And I'll just be honest. He wants you to register so he can have your email so he can email you. But it's fine. He's doing it for free. It's a 1.5 hour class. It is. You can always unsubscribe to. But he wants to know how many people are from Beggins. So it's just kind of nice. But NLP is a precept of our company from many, many, many years ago. Jeff and I used to travel back when we had to drive across the state to go to classes because my fair events were always someplace else or fly across the country. We go through 3 days of NLP training. When do you plan on moving? How long you lived at this address? Where'd you move from? How'd you happen to make this area? If you were to move, where'd you go next and when would that be? You think it's drilled in my head? How many of you can do that? Right? But it's not just the words, that's just the scripts. It's the delivery of the script. Remember the bolds and the underlines and all that type of stuff? He's gonna go through the precepts of why NLP is and how you get directly to the brain. Because people don't listen to what you say. They look for interruption and patterns. And it's really a cool study. And if you haven't seen it, he's the master of it. Right? And it's totally free and it's on Zoom. So there's really no need not to make it unless you get an appointment. So maybe even try to schedule that appointment, reschedule that appointment if you can. Thank you for that, Jimmy, because I skipped that board main box. All right. Happy Tuesday.